Archaeologists recently embarked on an expedition in Aswan, Egypt, to explore a massive ancient structure buried in the sand. The international team of experts uncovered a tomb filled with long-hidden secrets, shedding light on a previously unexplored site and offering valuable insights into the past. The Aga Khan Mausoleum project began in 2018 as a joint effort between the Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities and the University of Milan. Its objective was to combat illegal digging and preserve the region's heritage. The team focused on the cemetery near Aswan, specifically the northern part of the catacombs grounds. The mausoleum, labeled AG 032, once belonged to ancient Greeks and Romans and had been plundered by grave robbers. However, it still held valuable artifacts and information waiting to be discovered. The tomb contained the remains of Muhammad Shah Khan, an important leader of the Ismaili branch of Muslims. Despite his Indian origins, he chose to be buried in Aswan due to his fondness for the city. Made of pink granite, the tomb resembled the resting places of the Fatimids in Cairo and became a pilgrimage site. When Muhammad Shah Khan's wife, Bergamat Habib, a noted philanthropist, passed away in 2000, she was laid to rest in Aswan. Aswan, located on the Nile River near its first set of rapids, has a rich history dating back to ancient Egypt. The city's name, derived from the Egyptian sign for market or trade, reflects its role as a commercial hub. It was renowned for its quarries that supplied syenite, a valuable rock for constructing obelisks, statues, and pyramids. Even today, remnants of the quarrying activities can be seen along the roadside. Excavations in Aswan have yielded numerous archaeological discoveries over the years. In 2018, a head representing the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius was found at the Kamambo Temple, and a small sphinx was discovered a few months later. In 2021, the team unearthed a temple from the Ptolemaic dynasty adorned with carvings of palm leaves. They also found a Roman fort and an early Christian church featuring pottery ovens. The Mawa project covered an area of approximately 5 acres, although the cemetery itself spans around 25 acres. Using satellite imaging, the team located approximately 300 tombs, which they meticulously mapped and explored. One tomb, designated AG 026, was particularly significant as it contained at least 35 mummies and provided evidence of several centuries of use, spanning from the Ptolemaic pharaohs era to Roman times. The tomb contained the remains of men, women, and children, offering insight into the lives and burial practices of the period. While some mummies had suffered damage over time, the tomb also housed various artifacts, such as death masks, wooden figurines, and pottery. Hieroglyphics within the tomb identified it as the burial place of Chit, a local tradesman. This discovery filled a crucial gap in Aswan's history, shedding light on the final phase of the Pharaoh era. In 2021, the excavation team made an extraordinary find within a unique tomb. Unlike traditional underground or rock-cut tombs, this tomb was situated above ground within a building. The structure appeared to house members of a single family. After 5 months of excavation, the team, led by Dr. Patricia Piacentini and Abdulmanem from the Directorate of Antiquities of Aswan and Nubia, unveiled their remarkable findings. The recently discovered ancient structure is believed to have served as a sacred enclosure for sacrificial offerings, according to archaeologists. Positioned in a valley granting access to the cemetery, the building likely held significance in worshipping the god Kam, specifically Ares, a deity associated with creation and the Nile's fertile floods. A swan, closely linked to Ares, represented the ideal deity for bestowing eternal life upon those interred in the graveyard. The god Kam was revered for approximately 3 millennia, from around 2900 BC to the first few centuries AD. Depicted as a ram or a ram-headed figure, the god Kam was attributed to the creation of human beings, with the belief that they were brought to life using clay. Depictions of the god Kam with a potter's wheel were commonly found. Initially originating in Herwer near Al-Ashman in central Egypt, the cult of the god Kam later became associated with Elephantine an island close to Aswan, starting in the 1500s BC. The god Kam eventually attained the status of the lord of the First Cataract and the neighboring Nile Rapids. Given the deity's power, it is unsurprising that local inhabitants sacrifice to honor him. Evidence suggesting the structure's sacrificial purpose includes scorch marks on the walls, potentially resulting from ceremonies involving offerings. While the scorching could also be attributed to grave robbers, the presence of altars, animal bones, and remnants of plants further supports the hypothesis. The tomb labeled Ag 032, remarkably well preserved despite its age, contains substantial debris from presumed sacrifices. The bones discovered predominantly belong to rams, animals closely associated with the god Kam, and pottery shards and plates adorned with hieroglyphics. The tomb, believed to date back to the early Greek influence in the region, had suffered looting in antiquity. However, approximately 20 mummies remained, and among them, one body near the eastern wall of the crypt had a necklace bearing the name nestled. It is speculated that this individual's body may have been dragged out of the tomb by grave robbers. One had to ascend a staircase flanked by intricately sculpted blocks to access the tomb. At the entrance's bottom, similar stones blocked the way. Adjacent to the portal, there once stood a large vase used for making offerings, now fragmented. Within the tomb, remnants of sycamore figs, fruits offered to the gods, were discovered. The tomb comprised 4 burial rooms encircling a central space, with the burial chambers carved into the surrounding rock. Within a terracotta sarcophagus, archaeologists found the mummy of a child and decorated cartonnage. Paper mache covered in decorations used to wrap mummies. Another burial section, recessed into the rock, revealed another child's mummy, with an X-ray investigation uncovering a plaque on its chest cavity, potentially an identification for the afterlife. The mummies found in the tomb, believed to belong to a single family, ranged in age from newborns to older individuals displaying signs of arthritis. While some mummies were well preserved, others had their bandages and cartonnage sliced by thieves seeking valuable items buried with the bodies. A knife found alongside the mummies suggested its use by the thieves. Alongside the mummies, the excavation team unearthed well-preserved sarcophagi made of transparent stone. These sarcophagi featured vibrant coloration and dated back to the end of the Pharaoh's era and the Roman period. Various artifacts were discovered within the tomb, including an intricately decorated bowl crafted using the rebarbative technique, where the ceramic paste is applied before firing. This vessel likely served a purpose in the afterlife for one of the tomb's occupants. Additionally, items from the Greco-Roman period, such as statues, plaster fragments with traces of color, stone panels, and altars, were also found. The exact age of the tomb remains uncertain, but the working hypothesis suggests its usage began in the 1st century BC. It is believed that a single family used it as a burial place for 3 or 4 centuries. Further research is necessary to fully unravel the narrative surrounding the mummies in the Aga Khan mausoleum necropolis. Dr. Piacentini emphasized that the study of the recently discovered structure is in its early stages, indicating the possibility of more exciting findings in the future. Expanding Egyptian excavations into unexplored areas has led to many discoveries, shedding new light on ancient civilizations. Subscribe for more updates.